Identifying your core values and goals is an incredibly important step on the road to achieving success. Words are like eggs dropped from great heights. You can no more call them back than ignore the mess they leave when they fall. After all, if you do not resist the apparently inevitable, you will never know how inevitable the inevitable was. Do you not then hear this horrible scream all around you that people usually call silence? There is nothing more beautiful than seeing a person being themselves. Imagine going through your day being unapologetically you. Happiness is a very pretty thing to feel, but very dry to talk about. One of the most healing things you can do is recognize where in your life you are your own poison. I never fail. It's just that the people around me succeed more than I. Don't be afraid of enemies who attack you. Be afraid of the friends who flatter you. In the end, you have to choose whether or not to trust someone. Wala tak ada yang sempurna, hidup ini indah begini adanya. Philosophy Kobe. Chanel is an institution, and you have to treat an institution like a whore, and then you get something out of her. That which can be destroyed by the truth should be. Nothing great was ever achieved without enthusiasm. Think of one thing you can do that will make a big difference in what you are trying to achieve. Hello, read and buy this book is always ready to contribute a great impact in your life. Almost anyone can be an author. The business is to collect money and fame from this state of being. A real decision is measured by the fact that you've taken a new action. If there's no action, you haven't truly decided. The moment you recognize what is beautiful in this world, you stop being a slave. Using your talent, hobby, or profession in a way that makes you contribute with something good to this world is truly the way to go. Argue for your limitations and, sure enough, they're yours. A serious and good philosophical work could be written consisting entirely of jokes. Whatever games are played with us, we must play no games with ourselves, but deal in our privacy with the last honesty and truth. Home is where somebody notices when you are no longer there. Some people avoid thinking deeply in public, only because they're afraid of coming across as suicidal. I don't want life to imitate art. I want life to be art. If humor and rumor are needed more than faith and truth, then it tells me something about the kind of world we live today. Institutionalized rejection of difference is an absolute necessity in a profit economy which needs outsiders as surplus people. But better to get hurt by the truth than comforted with a lie. The truth is found when men are free to pursue it. We're all too driven by materialism, obsessed with success, with money, with trying to impress people who will never be impressed. The only time you fail is when you fall down and stay down. More people would learn from their mistakes if they weren't so busy denying them. Don't sacrifice yourself too much, because if you sacrifice too much, there's nothing else you can give, and nobody will care for you. There's a world of difference between truth and facts. Facts can obscure truth. As he learns the truth will automatically free him. Learn as much as you can. Love as much as you should. I wish I could make him understand that a loving good heart is riches enough, and that without it intellect is poverty. Misunderstanding is my cornerstone. It's everyone's, come to think of it. Illusions mistaken for truth are the pavement under our feet. One of the inescapable encumbrances of leading an interesting life is that there have to be moments when you almost lose it. Employ your time in improving yourself by other men's writings, so that you shall come easily by what others have labored hard for. In nature, everything is interconnected and woven together in a delicate dance of harmony and balance. In prayer, it is better to have a heart without words than words without a heart. Success, for most people, requires unlearning as much as learning. If you have joy in your heart, even the most mundane moments will become extraordinary. When the world pushes you to your knees, you're in the perfect position to pray. Because people don't have wings, we look for ways to fly. Some roses grow through concrete. Remember that. Learn to live deeply and realize that all experiences, good or bad, are transient and opportunities for liberation. No one is less than. No one is more. We are all exactly the same at the core. The truth is, going against the internal stream of ignorance is way more rebellious than trying to start some sort of cultural revolution. No persons are more frequently wrong than those who will not admit they are wrong. Come friends, it's not too late to seek a newer world. The difference between the impossible and the possible lies in a person's determination. Even as a solid rock is unshaken by the wind, so are the wise unshaken by praise or blame. Integrity is doing the right thing when nobody's watching, and doing as you say you would do. It's no use going back to yesterday because I was a different person then. The splendid thing about falling apart silently is that you can start over as many times as you like. There is only one thing that makes a dream impossible to achieve: the fear of failure. It is better for the heart to break than not to break. Making a difference to the welfare of animals doesn't require a massive effort. It requires small actions that can make a significant impact. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Learn from your past, use the possibilities of the present moment, and let the future open the doors of opportunity. Better to die fighting for freedom than be a prisoner all the days of your life. Be a person of substance to people and not someone they wish they never met. Life is an intricate play with actors waiting for an explanation. Each added act confers a new interpretation of the story. Sometimes the sound of silence is the most deafening sound of all. For it can never be that war shall preserve life, and peace destroy it. They're just words, and words alone don't really mean anything. It's what you feel and what you believe when you say them that matter. The fundamental things in a man are not the things he explains, but rather the things he forgets to explain. It is one of the beautiful compensations of life that no man can sincerely try to help another without helping himself. Inspiration is like perspiration. It tends to strike at the most inopportune of times. We hold the future still timidly, but perceive it for the first time as a function of our own action. If you can't do great things, do small things in a great way. The biggest adventure you can ever take is to live the life of your dreams. There is no respectful way to deliver a truth, Peter Ojo. The summit of happiness is reached when a person is ready to be what he is. I can choose either to be a victim of the world or an adventurer in search of treasure. It's all a question of how I view my life. Be sure to place your feet in the right place and stand firm. It's a lack of clarity that creates chaos and frustration. Those emotions are poison to any living goal. The person you hurt the most in this world was the person that brought you into it. The moment a little boy is concerned with which is a jay and which is a sparrow, he can no longer see the birds or hear them sing. Not every instance requires a response. Truth resides silently in the seat of power. At first, they'll only dislike what you say, but the more correct you start sounding, the more they'll dislike you. Normal is an illusion. What is normal for the spider is chaos for the fly. If being is many, it must be both like and unlike. And this is impossible, for neither can the like be unlike, nor the unlike like. Denying yourself a life of personal freedom is denying yourself of a life worth living. People are supposed to care. It's good that people mean something to you, that you miss people when they're gone. Each affects the other, and the other affects the next. and the world is full of stories, but the stories are all one. Everything will turn out right. The world is built on that. Never say anything about yourself you don't want to come true. Life provides chances to open your heart all the time. Even in the loneliest moments, I have been there for myself. A man may say, "From now on I'm going to speak the truth." But the truth hears him and runs away and hides before he's even done speaking. Creativity flows when the mind is light. Be light and ignite your imagination. Employ your time in improving yourself by other men's writings, so that you shall come easily by what others have labored hard for. Find ecstasy in life. The mere sense of living is joy enough. Never say that I have taken it, only that I have given it back. Better to illuminate than merely to shine, to deliver to others contemplated truths than merely to contemplate. I know because I read, your mind is not a cage. It's a garden, and it requires cultivating.